Thanksgiving. Hi, Meredith. My name's Fola. To those of you who are new here, we're gonna pull some cards today. I'm gonna see if we do personal card pulls. I was kind of like feeling a little bit like energetically, just like maybe make this a bit more some conversation along with like the collective reading. And if you didn't check out the weekly reading or card pull, I did make that like open for the general public. Usually it's like a members weekly video. Yeah, I guess in heart of Thanksgiving, it seemed fitting to share that out. So I am going to add this because I just want to share that we have our Alchemy Collective gathering this Thursday. If you would like to RSVP and sign up, you can do so through the link that I will tag here. I think it's at 6:15 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So this is an opportunity for us all to gather as a community. And if you're just feeling like tired of like the spiritual fluff, the surface level healing, maybe want a chance to kind of experience some of the magic that I offer to the world with like hot seat mentoring, this will be the place to do it. So these are kind of like monthly gatherings at this point. I would love to have you sign up, join. It's a free community gathering. The link's there in the comments. So yeah, you'll get the Zoom link if you sign up there. Hello, Tahira. Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Golden Lily, hello. Yeah, how's everyone's Thanksgiving? I have a weird thing about that, some friend of mine was just asking earlier today, like, oh, like, so in Canada, like, what do they do to celebrate? Why is that a thing? And I'm like, well, yeah, honestly, like, we didn't have the story of like the Mayflower and everything if we know about like Indigenous culture and the colonialization of the land here in North America, really. It's not like the most positive thing. So I like to, I wouldn't say really celebrate Thanksgiving. Of course, family, sometimes they get together. But to me, it's like, hey, what are we grateful for? And even as I was sitting kind of on like, what can the title or energy be for today? I was like, well, what about just like being in the moment, the gratitude for everything that we do have, our experiences in this world, the fact that if you're here watching, you're breathing, like that's a good sign, I think. And we don't have to make like a big deal about anything. Just acknowledge, I guess, everything that's brought you to this point, your entire life journey, and all the ups and the downs that make you who you are. Because I think we can easily, look at our life and just kind of tell ourselves like, oh, it's like not the best, or it's not working the way we hoped it would work. I know I've definitely been there, going through various like traumatic experiences, going through grief, loss, things like this, it all adds up. And yet, if we were to reflect on our individual like experiences on this planet at this time, like you are here, you've overcome those challenges, or at least are overcoming them, learning from them, right? This is the point of this life. And I really am like just sitting with that idea of this whole experience being a natural evolution of our souls towards wholeness, but like back home to God, back home to spirit, remembering our divinity that is like always there. It's just like a remembering. So whatever that might mean for you, let me know in the comments. What are you feeling grateful for today? Yeah, what are you feeling grateful for? For me, I would say I feel grateful for all the lessons that have like given me the power to make my own choices, and learning those lessons so that I'm not like repeating. There's some that I obviously still repeat, But lots that I have learned to be like, don't need to like relive that in that way. Life can be different now because I have grown, I have matured, I've developed as an individual and but like also as a spiritual human being. So we're going to pull cards for the collective. Just see what messages maybe want to come in for us. As I said to those of you just joining, I'm not sure if I'll do personal card pulls today, but at least you can be part of this collective reading. Of course, if you ever want a personal card reading, like private reading, you can head to my Gumroad shop. The link's in the description, and schedule one of those. But yeah, angels, guides, those ancestors of us as a collective. We're going to call to those Palladian beings as well because they seem to be coming through with their blue. May the messages be clear as we tune into whatever it is that you have in store for us today. Maybe we have open hearts, open minds to receive those messages using me as that guide channel. Thank you. So let's see what the cards have to say. You got the star card. Just learning about the star card lately. Okay, we'll do one more. Because that's going to be our next tarot card for the Explore the Tarot series. So if you didn't watch the Tower one already, it's out. It came out last week. I definitely encourage you to do so. What could that hold for you? Oh, there's so much blue in these cards, which is interesting because I feel like usually with this deck lately, I've been pulling a lot of red. This is the Orisha Tarot deck. Super cool deck. So if laid it out here, we have the star in the east. Okay, star in the east. This is key 17 of the tarot, path 28. We have the King of Discs in the west. And then we have two Queen cards. We have in the south Queen of Wands, which would make sense, I guess, like the Wands being an energy that we usually see, right? That action, will directed energy in the south. A very fiery energy. And then we have the Queen of Swords in the north. So fascinating to me right off the bat why like the King of Discs would be in the west, where the cups technically would be, and why the Queen of Swords would be in the north, where it ideally would be in the east direction. And yet, when we look at this from a shamanic perspective, we have the star energy. So what I'm seeing right off the bat is like this moving beyond the first plane of existence, like the kind of like our sun would be the first layer, right? It's like our physical sun, but it represents something more. Now we're going into like the spiritual aspect of it. Okay, there's this other concept here. We got it tied to Aquarius. So I guess we still have a bit of this airiness here. But there's like this one raven on this card. This one raven here that's kind of standing out to me. So whoever maybe needs to hear that. Oh, I'm not even reading the comments. Can I ask, what is the name of the painting? Oh, like this painting here or this painting here, Golden Lily. And hello, Kunta Kinite. What's that song from? What's his name? Kendrick Lamar. Anyways, I love that. I'm so grateful for you. But you can move on because we don't need your Jesus. Thank you very much. The one on the wall. Yeah. Golden Lily, I'm actually not 100% sure. It's like a sort of like a woven printed fabric, but I think it might be, to me, it reminds me of like Hildegard von Bingen and that like monastery kind of energy. So whatever that might mean for you. If you've ever listened to her, she's one of the saints of the Catholic Church. Bye. You know what? It's funny, you guys, because like, okay, I'm just gonna go on a side quest before I talk about this, because maybe there's something here. Something about this, because this could be it. Moving beyond, some of you may need to hear this. So moving beyond the first level experience of spirituality. We just had a brilliant example of this Kunta Kinite individual sharing, and this has kind of been the conversation of my day today, the last week. I've been learning more and like exploring, sitting with this idea of this Christian egregore, and how there are people that are operating at a base level spirituality. I'm not judging this particular individual, but what I'm seeing with this star card is that we have to move beyond the concept of what the sun means. So if we look at Jesus as the sun, right? And if we look at the tree of life, which I don't have any of my resources here because I've been making notes on this particular card, it's upstairs. But if we look at the tree of life and we see where the sphere of the sun sits, this is tied to the Christ consciousness. Okay, that's not necessarily where this card is on the tree of life. This card actually connects Netzach and Yesod, the sphere of kind of like your right or your left hip down into your pelvis, I guess you could say, or some kind of concept like that, into from Venus to the moon. So very feminine energy. But if we are to think about how, so the conversation I was having this morning with my mom, it's like, if we are contemplating the meanings and the way words have been put in the Bible or in different concepts, and we read it as a literal form, I think we're missing the mark. We're not shooting for the stars. We're not moving beyond the contemplation of what spirituality actually is. And I'm really seeing that in the star card. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's like very faint, but there's like this very sacred geometry symbol in the inside of this sun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pointed star. So we got our tie to Netzach. We got the moon here. Actually, interesting how he did that, the artist. But there's something important here, I think, for us to recognize around our own spirituality as it's tied to the feminine energy, because we got two queens within this spread. We got one king card, two queens, and then this to me, which is like highly like feminated. But how many people are denying the like merger of the masculine and feminine? We got two vessels here, and choosing just that base level. So if this is somewhere where you are, or you've been like maybe feeling like, oh, I don't know what to do, or what do I actually believe? Or maybe you grew up like me, you grew up with like a heavy Christian background. So it's hearing things like, oh, damn, all the messages are gone. That sucks. You push one button and it like deletes everything. I find it fascinating that people are still operating in that place, but so many of you have been brought up in that way and hit a wall in terms of marrying these two energies together. And in the river, we have this feminine figure. I don't know if you can really see her. It's like, looks like a goddess to me, moving and flowing through the water. So this ocean energy. But this bird, there's something about this bird we're going to pull cards on, because I'm like, even thinking about the ravens of Odin, there's two, right? They're partnered. It's almost like there's been this denial of both sides for some of you. So I feel like was this part of the reading last time around like the masculine. Maybe for some of you, there was one reading, I swear, I don't know who it was, but there was like the energy of receiving from the masculine. I do a lot of readings, apparently, you guys. I can't even keep everything straight. Oh my gosh. Well, let's check what this raven is, please. Spirit, How's this raven tied to the star energy for us? What do you have to say, Raven? Just I can see his little beady eyes. The Two of Discs. So, oh, that's interesting. It's almost like, yeah, okay, oh my gosh. So I'm like, why the eye? Why the eye? Then I'm just thinking of like, I don't know if you've watched Wednesday season 2. I haven't finished it, so don't spoil it. And I hope I'm not spoiling it for any of you. But there's like that raven, right? There's a raven with like the one eye. And to me, what I'm seeing when I see that is there's someone who is using that raven for its eyes or can perceive through the bird. There are like, I don't like to make these like negative, but I feel like there are some entities or energies that are coming from other human sources that are spying on you, and you're busy doing the work. I see this as you busy doing the work. And then out here, there's this like poisonous cauldron spewing out like a lot of like negative energy in the spaces that you've been. And it looks like this is even coming from home. So it might be from a home source for some of you, like where if you would identify with family. There's something very close to your heart that's like spewing out this toxic energy, but also like it's doing it so it can like watch you. So whatever that is, we're going to just ask the Palladian healing light, that blue light, to support with healing, with protecting. So just breathing in, just tuning in to whatever that energy is or however it shows up for you. If it helps to see it as a blue light around your auric field, moving in through your body, this high source blue light. Clearing anything in the back, heart, shoulder blade space. So like, there's some of you, this is going to sound weird, but maybe some of you have even been given something by family, like a material thing. Because I'm just seeing this guy carrying the plant and this red being tied around it. Like, this might not apply for all of you. This is like a very specific, like, but if there was something that was given to you, like, you might actually want to get rid of it. Like, you know, like someone's like, oh, I thought you would like this. And they, I don't know, maybe was it a bouquet of flowers, or was it like, I get this, it seemed like it was like something that was going to be a gift. And it probably had an energy of like, they care about you. So again, this isn't about like creating a fear energy. It's for you to recognize your power and to listen to your intuition. So whatever that is, some of you may need to like actually clear it, because I love how this King card is like being split from touching you by the queens, these two queens. A queen who has this the wands, but she's like holding the sword right on the table, and then the Queen of Swords. So there's definitely a double-edged kind of protective energy going on. And I love how these women are both like kind of like, well, I guess this is a man. Like they might both be men now that I see it, but like I see the young warrior type energy strong, and I see the wise, knowledgeable energy. So you have like both of this strength of mind and of body kind of contemplating or working for you to protect you. Especially from the masculine, it's a king, right? King of Discs. And there's some discord here again between that masculine, feminine energy, just with the fact that we have the Star card. Okay, let me read comments. Hello, Latrice Howard. Hello. Tian Tahara Setkunta Kinte is the main character, a series called Roots. It's very interesting because he's a slave in the book. Just made me think of being a slave to religion. Yeah. Oof, yeah. And I think that's a huge part, is like recognizing our power. Recognizing our power. You know, the more I think about it, I'm like, oh man, I should talk more about religious stuff and being this like magical being, you know, but it's like all that hate, all that spewing of negative energy and people watching and just putting their energy out. Like, is that Christian? No. You know, we all do it. We're human. But like, to not acknowledge how our energy is impacting others, I think that's not right. To think we hold something so true that it actually turns into just poison, right? And if we look at the Hebrew word for what is poison, it also means medicine. So there's no, right? At least it's like a dagger, right? A dagger can be used to kill someone, or it can be used to cut the food or cut the tree down. Like, you know, it's the person who yields it, who is the one that is actually causing the harm. I was late because I was going through jewelry and looking at how creepy the stuff my mom gave me for my birthday was. Meredith says, interesting. I wonder what you mean by creepy. Okay. Is that clear? Yeah, so whatever that's being cleared from this energetic field of your body, or this like crowy, raven, poisonous energy, just trust that is happening, being done, and is so. Okay, let's see about this protection of these two queens. Like, very much actually, I feel like, let's see this king of this. What's the way they operate? So they're using their voice and they're using it as sacred. So, but like, okay, let me rephrase that. I saw it fell out like voice and sacred. Like, they're saying something like it's their truth, but what was really highlighting is like the spiral of confusion that's being, or attempted to be, elicited within you. And I love how it is a man holding nature. Like, almost like using one's voice to use something against you, or using your own beliefs against you. Does that make sense? So it's like, if you identify with like Wicca or whatever, someone could use parts of that feminine energy, that's what or those beliefs, to bring confusion or chaos into your life. So something to really be mindful. What are the words that are being spoken to you by this person or this group or whatever, however it's showing up for you? Oh, the creepy stuff. Oh, like the card. Interesting. So what about these two queens? What do we need to know? So we got the moon card. I feel like the moon cards come out so much lately. So it's definitely a strong feminine energy. But like, what I'm seeing with that is like this lunar temple, I guess, the connection to like your womb space, which is that sphere of Yesod, where the star links to the Venus sphere of Netzach. So Yesod is your womb, it's the pelvic bowl, it's this area where things work in the astral sense. It's the foundation of everything that exists, okay? And I love how we have in that two of discs on the other side, something being built. Like, or, yeah, I'm seeing it as being built. Like, there's something, these logs are being taken down, worked on, so that I think something can like come into a reality. Okay. What else around these queens clean cards do we need to be aware of? Ooh, we have the light card. It's just, as soon as I see that word, it's like, you are light. I love how we have the moon and light. So my kid asked, I think it was the other day, like, what happens if the moon, like, something happens to the moon? You know, and it's like, yeah, like, what would happen? All of our, like, existence is, like, very much based on the moon. Her presence, the magnetic pull, so forth, you know, on like, yeah, like, what would happen? So this feminine energy is like reminding you of like how important you are, how important you are as this light being, as a soul, to your path, to this journey on this earth. Some of you maybe are like forgetting that. I think the life right now has been really difficult and heavy for people. For everyone, really. I think everyone. And there's a lot of stuff happening. We have to think, I think today, right, Pluto goes direct. So a lot of this energy might have been really like overwhelming. Things are happening. Things are happening. Things are shifting, changing. You're coming more into your power, meaning you're coming more into your light, into your purpose here. Purpose, whatever the heck that means, you know. And to me, what the star represents is like this, like, what are you dreaming? What are you wanting to bring forth and create? Okay. But with Pluto, like, oof, Pluto is like a heavy death, rebirth planet in the deeper recesses, like the subconscious aspects of ourselves. And notice how like the light has like these like you wouldn't know this was light if the little dark points weren't there, right? Like you just see a card that's just white. But like, again, they say like when the shadows are there, that's where the light is, right? That's how you know that there's a shadow, like, or that there's light. Like, you know what, shadows have to be there in order for them to be light. Like, it's just a thing. These things are all joined together. So what messages do you have for us around, I guess, the power of light, who we are, to these grandmothers, I want to say, these grandmothers, these queens? What messages do you have? What message? Golden Lily says, agreed. I definitely feel the heavy emotions today. Yeah. Ooh, and it's like, how much can we just allow this, you know? I don't know if you have a holiday where you are, but like, it is nice to have moments where we can, just like rest and care for ourselves. Take it easy. Look what showed up twice. So we have that same symbol. And it's interesting because they're kind of like spiraling in different directions. That's interesting. But they're both like that kind of like indigo-y color. Well, this is maybe more pink, but whatever. It's not quite purple violet, right? It's like the lighter color. So I feel like this ties to what I was just saying about like, what if these emotional heavy points, the difficulties you face, the shadow aspects, you know, just like the moon goes through her phases, what if this is all meant for your growth? So could you like draw this symbol on yourself? Can you imagine yourself walking, or even literally walk in a spiral circle? Maybe some of you live near like labyrinths you can have access to. Those are really powerful to like start at the entrance and like move forward, enter in, do what you need to do. We're just going to call to this, like, to me, this is like a very feminine, loving energy. It's like the goddess that holds us and has like created this earth, right? Like if we think about it like that, like is the earth, this movement, something out. So whatever that needs to look like for you, I'm seeing it almost spiraling from your center point at your navel and moving out like this vortex, creating and circling you, moving out forward or however you perceive it. And remember, there's nothing that you need to do. Like, if any of what I'm saying doesn't really make sense, you're kind of like, should I be doing something? Like, it's fine. You don't have to. Like, just trust the words. The energy is like moving and supporting you in the way that it's meant to. It's up to you to receive it or not. Okay. Let's pull one of these. I don't know if this card deck has that same spiral symbol, but that would be hilarious. Hilarious and not surprising, am I right? How many cards do we get that are... But yeah, okay, what's this? Okay, Palladians. So it's like hearing it something that's like, wow. Hello, boo-boo. Hello. So we have achievement, win the award, accolade, or contract. What's coming in for some of you this week? What's coming in? Oh my gosh, I love that like symbol. Very like galactic-y. What I'm seeing there too is kind of like that lower triangle of the tree. We have like Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and then Malkut. We could say this is Tiferet, some aspect of that. So we have a very like base level, tangible sort of experience here of the achievement. So what are you working on this week, I guess? How can you hold it in the highest regard? Or maybe it's something that some of you've completed in the past and now you're getting some type of like acknowledgement, I guess, for it. It's going to like take you to the next level, I want to say. Because I'm seeing like a spaceship or something with this. And that like third triangle. Lift off from Earth up to this sun, right? The spiritual sun, this higher energy center. So anything that doesn't allow that, will you just destroy and uncreate it all, please? Times a godzillion. Good, bad, right, wrong, pod, poc, all 100 shorts, boys, povads, creations, bases, and beyonds. I love the black and gold. Yeah. Yeah, these cards are cool. Very simple. Is there anything else we need to know about this reading? We'll pull one of these cards. Which one do you have for us? The Masons are coming for you. No, I'm just joking. Oh, God. Oh, you guys, I'm like ridiculous. What am I? Aquarius rising, Libra moon. Aquarius moon, Libra rising. The more I realize about Libra, just that balance of the scales, how that's important. Anyway, I'm getting like the polarity and how much we judge light or dark. It's like something that's like seems so bizarre to me. We have this Ta card. Everything is divinely orchestrated and planned. How could we judge the right angles or the wrong angles of anybody? Everything is calculated to a T by a greater being than we could ever like perceive from this human form. So how can we like say if something is good or something is wrong or bad or light or dark? Like, I mean, we can, but like, how can we say one's better than the other? Because I can tell you that everything that's like really shitty that's happened to me or that I've witnessed happening to the people that I work with, it's like made them stronger. It's moved them to the next level. Some of the kindest people I've met were Satanists. Like full on, like, I remember staying in this place in Calgary. We went Airbnb and literally, you guys, they had like reversed crosses in their lawn, like front lawn. It was kind of like an art Airbnb, I guess you could say. And then, of course, the day that we get there, what's happening? They're having like a satanic, like coffee, tea, and meat, something or other. And I was like, this is so fascinating. These people are so nice, you know? And then I've been to like churches where people are like the devil themselves. It's like so interesting. Who is to say what? So knowing that you're protected, this boundary around you, tied off, roped off from anything that like, really is going to hurt you. If you listen to your intuition, if you trust the process, and then coming from this golden like perspective or elevated perspective of what is going on in life, the things that are happening, even that poison that's being spewed at you, right? From wherever the sources were that were creating that and impacting your work or whatever. Can you know that you're protected and that there's a divine purpose? I think that's where we have a lot of struggles, is we're like trying to stop or do magic or do the things to like make things work out for us because we are judging how it is or what's happening or if it's good or bad. When it's like, oh, like, it's like, oh, maybe this eviction's like a good thing. Like stuff like this, right? I know it sucks in the moment. Some of you might be like, you say the bad situation I'm in is like good. I don't know. And everything happens in like retrospect, right? Andrew, hello. I've had a similar experience. 2 LeVay type Satanists. The worst type. No, I'm joking. Each at different times. Both were incredibly kind. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I'm not saying go out there and just meet like all sorts of people, like put yourself in situations that you might regret. But I think there is something to having conversations with all different forms of people with different perspectives. You might actually be really surprised at what you find out. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Andrew. Okay, what else? Is there any messages here, guides? I was listening to a video, and the woman was talking about more like stomach issues or pains. And I'm just saying that because I was like, just instantly when I asked that question, my attention, I could feel sensations in the belly. GI, like some of you maybe like nausea, things like that. She was kind of highlighting just like some of the, not so much the astrological changes, but kind of just things that we're moving through. A lot of shame. I know for me, that's been like showing up. A lot of this like really heavy emotion. So there's a lot of like sacral and solar plexus, like stomachy kind of energy happening. So if that's something you're going through, like I just want to speak to let you know like that stuff's moving, emotions, energy, things like that are moving. So obviously do what you need to be gentle. I wonder too if like drawing this symbol on your belly, you could use whatever, right? You could use menstrual blood if you're bleeding. You could use dirt or like mud. You could use other like natural elements. I'm really seeing like something natural would be good. Or if you have any type of like a salve or something like that that maybe like has some magical herbal properties. Ooh, I wonder what like CBD would like do. But drawing that and like just feeling the energy moving out. I'm seeing it from the center of the navel moving out. maybe there's something there that will be supportive for you. What else? Yeah. Whatever shows up for you guys, know that you're not alone, right? I appreciate you all coming here, taking part. I mentioned we have the Alchemy Collective coming up this Thursday evening. So if you are interested in like community, this is a free call. The link is pinned there. You can go and sign up, join us live, right? Come have a place to talk. Hopefully, maybe you get a chance in the hot seat mentorship. And we just got to connect together and know that like all the stuff that's happening right now, because it's like, you guys, I honestly, hello, V Ruben. I'm not saying it's going to get worse, but like, I really am like, what else is happening here? What else is happening? I'm talking with my friend this morning. We're just kind of like, already, I don't know, man. We still got over 2 months till the 19th of December. And if you're not aware, that's the 3i Atlas thing. Because I feel like so many people still don't know what I'm talking about when I mention that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like, I don't know, go do your research. Because you get to choose if that's important to you or not, obviously. Or let me rephrase that. You get to choose if you're conscious of that's how important that is to you or not. Just like any of the astrology, plants, whatever. Plants, planets, any of the energetics that come from whatever around us. You either are aware of it and use it to your advantage or work with it, right? Like collaborate or intend with it, or you continue to move around unconscious of it, or you could be conscious, I guess, and just not choose to do anything of it with it. That's fine too. But how much more powerful you are, how much more growth can kind of take place, how much more you can become the builder of your own life, right? When you are conscious of these things. Oh, V Ruben, I did a collective reading. I'm not actually going to do any personal card readings today. Sorry. Just kind of like, as I was getting ready to, I'm like, I'm not feeling that energy today. But of course, if you'd like personal card readings, I do offer like an audio recording reading where I do pull like your full spread, intuitively just tuning into what's going on, and then send audio recording and pictures and stuff of the reading. So that's also linked in the description. I think it's like one of the first or second, third links there. But yeah, subscribe. Next week I probably will. Just today, I don't know. It takes a lot of energy, you guys. I'm sure you know. Like you see the energy required to just live life, to tune into like the energetics, especially for other people all the time. It does require some energy. And I'm learning like really, okay, what mood am I in? But I appreciate you all coming today. Hopefully this collective reading was informative for you. Maybe we'll just end here with a bit of a guided practice, because I feel like we haven't really done that in a while. It's just sort of been taken up with all the readings. So wherever you find yourself, if you would like to have your eyes closed, you may. Just finding a comfortable spot. And just starting to focus on your breath. Focusing on your breath. Letting it fill into your lungs, into your belly, down into your feet. Just relaxing any places where there might be tension. You might be noticing you're kind of holding or clenching. I'm feeling a lot in like collarbones, the collarbones. So just asking whatever angels, guides that want to move, relax any energy there, clear, just to clear that. In the space of the throat chakra. We're going to clear back through the past around any difficulties you had speaking your truth, speaking what you needed or wanted. Just continuing to breathe there. If you want to use that, like, what is it? Like audible breath, like where you like really can feel it vibrating in your throat. I invite you to do that. Like you can kind of get like this, like dragony breath going. I don't remember the term, the yogic pranayamic term for it. Ayaji breath or something like that. Just feeling the vibration in that part of your body, back of the throat. It's kind of fiery energy. And now inviting you to just note how your throat is sitting between your shoulders, especially the connection between the right shoulder and the throat for some of you. Like the bridge, the path or line that moves between those. Because in the throat, we actually have the sphere of da'ath, the sphere of knowledge. It's like almost like the portal to between the light and shadow, or the good and evil, I guess you could say. It's not really a sphere, like a sephirot in the tree of life that you don't consider, but there is something there linking here. We're just moving into that right shoulder, the sphere of Gebura. Clearing any severity that maybe is lingering here. That's unnecessary, because sometimes there is necessary, like whoosh, to cut. Again, we got to cut, we got to stand, we got to speak truth, we got to set boundaries. Tell other people that, like, no, you can't talk to me like that. It's just breathing through that, and maybe seeing or feeling, or if there are words that want to be spoken out, you can speak them out here. Yep. Calling to that Palladian energy, that blue light, to feel this part of your body, your throat, to charge it with truth, with the inner knowing, knowledge, a divine knowledge, a knowledge of your truth, and a willingness to speak it or to be silent. And for you to know how your words are impacting the creations in your life. How your words are like a center point. The first thing that happened was, God spoke things into existence. So where is it you're speaking that's not building your life in a way that you would like to see? You're just going to clear those and invite an energy of life, affluence, influence, a life of truth, of expansiveness. And we're going to link to the left shoulder here, that sphere of Jupiter, chesed, that expansive energy. And interestingly enough, that right sphere of Gebura is Mars, and that also is linked to birth, fertility. Mars is usually known as the god of war, but also something new coming in, a fertility god. So we're tuning you into this blue Jupiterian energy on your left, the throat energy, and also the red kind of Mars energy on the right, just bringing these three areas into balance. Thank you. Whatever other bodily movements or sensations might be showing up, just noticing them. It's like feeling a lot like wanting to clear, like from the GI space, from the root. So just hearing the vibrations as we tune into the energy of language, the sound. Hira ishtanayan, takarayan naroy, sara, dinay karayan nara inchkon, kinderayin sanay ishtanaya, dinay arayan narayan saroy ishtutotoy, dinay ishtanay. Ikarayan ayasandari, Turustaraya starayan, Tindai sarai, Turoyundo, Hiraya staraya sananaya, Totoroyandarayan the Kayistane, the Karayana. Receiving whatever insights, third eye, awakening, activations. Thank you. And together we will, on empty lungs, take a breath in, inhaling, pausing at the top, and then letting it go. Okay, so just returning back to the space, taking your time. So, remember why you're here. It's natural evolution of humanity, your spirit soul, remembering your wholeness, linking you to your truth, your power. So thanks everyone for being here. Hope to see you on Thursday. Here's the link again if you would like to sign up for the Catalyst Blue, or oh my God, I totally have put the wrong link. My gosh, you guys. The Alchemy Collective. Hee hee hee. That's why. That is why. It's that last link there. Hopefully it shows. See, I knew there was something about that, about my energy today. You're welcome, Andrew. Yeah, I appreciate you being here. You're welcome, Meredith. Yeah, next level. Take it to a whole another level. Oh, it's a funny skit. Thank you. Appreciate it, everyone. Okay, I hope you have a fabulous Thanksgiving, Monday, Moonday, chill day, whatever that needs to be for you. I appreciate you all. Welcome, Golden Lily, and till the next time, bye.